Oh boy. What's up, you beauties? We're back. We're back. I can't say we're better than ever, but we are back. We are very much right back into it. I need your help. I need you to help me come up with an excuse to stop reading these stories, because I regret to inform you that they've completely overtaken my subconscious, and I have not had a night's sleep in over a month without some type of classroom-based nightmare taking place. There's always a lot of poop. I can't escape this. I know. But you know what's crazy? Regardless of how insane these stories get, you're always up in the comments saying, give me the next episode, give me the next episode. I want more of these. My therapist said not to, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So yeah, here we are. I hate to admit it, this is spreading into other parts of my life. I've found myself on Twitch recently. I wanted to start streaming games, and I thought we could do like happy, fun, family games.
Chicken nuggets.
No. You guys asked me to play Doors on Roblox. I'll never be able to clean those underwear. So thank you for that. Appreciate that. I got some stories for you. Are you ready? Are you sure? All right. Before we jump into them, go in the comments. I want you to tell me where you're watching this from. I love.
Seeing how global we really are, because it's amazing every single time. This is weird. What am I doing? Why did I do that?
Pretend you didn't see that. I know Caroline's gonna keep it in. That's a shame. All right, let's get right to it. This is also a loving reminder that if you want your stories shared on an episode of Classroom Horror Stories, just put them in the comments of this YouTube video. Cool? Cool. Okay, this one is titled Animal Performance, so that's gotta be a bad thing. Hello, Mr. J, my name is Lillian and I live in London. The level of dedication that my fans from London have for my page is overwhelming. I feel like of all of the whole world, the place that's the most excited about my content is somehow London, England. And sort of like England in general. Lillian, welcome to the chat. I remember this story like it was yesterday because it genuinely horrified me to my core. Great, can't wait to experience this with you. We were in grade school and I think I was probably 10 years old. The school had put together a performance where a zoo employee brought animals to the school. This never has and never will be a good idea, right? Naturally, because there were animals inside the school, we were amazed. The zookeeper's name was Joseph, and I remember hearing the teacher say that he looks really young to be doing this job. Yikes. Joseph started off with just simple stuff, showing our class insects and little turtles. Everything was going fine until he moved a 7-foot-long, 1.5 wide bin onto the stage. No. Stop. No. Wait. From this bin, he removed a 14-foot-long boa constrictor. No, my soul would have left my body. I would have switched schools that day. He told the kids not to worry and that even though the boa constrictor looks scary, it's one of the most docile creatures in the animal kingdom. Great, Joseph. Just fantastic. To this day, I wonder if he just grabbed the wrong snake. The snake immediately started circling his arm and going up his waist. Ugh. I hate this. I for sure hate this. Joseph was talking to us about the snake while the snake was doing this, so he didn't notice that it was moving to squeeze him. What? He tried to laugh it off and push the snake down, but you could see him starting to get more serious. He's doing this while describing the snake and how docile it is to your class. Since he was there alone, no one could help as the snake started double and triple wrapping itself around Joseph. And you could see his face turn really beet red. Whew. I don't know specifically what happened to Joseph that day, but as our class was getting rushed out of the room by our teacher, I remember seeing Joseph hit the floor with the snake wrapped around his neck. I'm scared. Please read this in episode 36. It would make my day. Keep saving the trees. You just ruined my day. What is with the cliffhangers? It's like you guys experience these things in a bubble where you only see it up until the person might die. Who knows? Maybe Joseph's alive. Maybe he has a family and kids. Or maybe he just got broken in half by a boa constrictor. How are those our two options? I love nature. I love animals when they're over there. But bringing a boa constrictor to an elementary school, you should have seen this coming. And honestly, it getting you is probably the best case scenario, right? Like you're in a whole room full of kids. Oh, poor Joseph. Well, he died doing what he loved, I hope. I don't hope he died. I hope he loved doing what he... We don't know if he died. We're moving on. Next. Thank you for writing in... What was your name? Lillian. Jesus Christ.
Welcome to physics.
All right, come on. They're not going to get any easier. Just get it done. Get it out of the way. I'm going to link my merch site so that you can see all the cool stuff that I made. All right, here we go. Roller coaster. Fantastic. Dear Mr. Lorax, I have a story that I think will be perfect for your classroom horror stories. I was a 5th grade and 6th grade teacher for 10 years. Same, 5th and 6th grade represent. During my 2nd year teaching, the school decided to plan an amusement park day. We all packed the kids into a bus and we drove 3.5 hours to our nearest amusement park. Unfortunately, the closest park to us was Cedar Point in Ohio. I recognize that name. During the bus ride, a couple students and I were messing around with each other making bets on who would ride the most roller coasters. Because I'm a teacher, I had to lie and pretend that I really enjoyed roller coasters to keep these kids interested. That's the realest thing I might have ever read in my whole life. That's so real. So I told them confidently that I'd be happy to ride whatever the craziest roller coaster at this amusement park was. The students got very excited and we showed up to the park. When we got to the park, I could see on the horizon an incredibly tall roller coaster that almost looked like a baseball bat. Okay. Apparently, it's called Top Thrill Dragster, and it's very notably their craziest ride. Top Thrill Dragster. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at this freaking thing. Oh, they just redid it. Listen.
Just as a thought.
Whoever's watching this, one of you probably has connections to someone who works at Cedar Point and runs the Top Thrill Dragster. I want to go on it. I will vlog the whole thing. Make it happen. DM me. We'll figure it out. The students immediately insisted that we go on it first because it's their craziest ride, and I said I would do it. I laughed and said, okay, maybe later. At that same moment, my principal pulled me aside and gave me a lecture about how it's very important to keep your promises with students because they remember it for the rest of their lives. You do it then. Jesus. There's got to be exceptions to that rule sometimes, right? Because I was new to the job and wanted to make a good impression, I put aside my deep fear of roller coasters and enormous motion sickness, and we got on the ride. You're a gangster. If I could do this just like by myself, I think I'd be fine, but if I had a whole group of kids sitting there watching me, I would be horrified. If you've ever seen the Top Thrill Dragster, you need to look it up. I just did. Holy crap. It is absolutely insane. Naturally, I ended up front row on this Top Thrill Dragster, and when I do it, I want to be front row as well. The ride basically launches you straight forward at 100 miles per hour, up in the air at 80 miles per hour, and then straight down at 120 miles per hour. I feel like it goes faster than that. It's 420 feet tall. Holy crap. Oh my god. Okay. The reason I'm writing the story though is because it did not go well for me. I would imagine. I'm not surprised about that at all. The moment that the roller coaster launched, the breakfast sandwich and 2 coffees I had on the bus ride to the park was gravitationally forced out of me. Oh my god. To put it plainly, I pooped my pants on the roller coaster. No. Unfortunately, I pooped my pants at the start of the roller coaster, which means it was supposed to stay in my pants through the entire coaster. Naturally, today was the day I decided to wear shorts. Guys, I know we talk about like, okay, teachers should get paid more. This guy should win the lottery because this is bad. This is bad. When I reached the top of the roller coaster and started our descent, I basically coated the entire coaster of students behind me.
No, I don't have any other clothes.
As you can imagine, I had to move schools and I did that almost immediately, you poor thing. Yikes. I'm the reason that roller coaster now has a warning that you should be cautious about eating before going on the roller coaster. Have a good day and keep saving the trees. God damn, man. Oh, you can't go to, I mean, you're going to a theme park. Of course you're gonna not wear like jeans, but what the hell? That is just so unfortunate. I would have to quit teaching. I would have to change my name. I would move to Mars. You would never ever see me again. Let's do another one.
And a group of kids just ran at me, and they started circling me, and they start chanting, Start digging in your butt, twin. I don't even know what that means.
All right, I've done 2. I can do another one. All right, you ready? Here we go. Dear Mr. J, my name is Abigail and I'm a teacher from Colorado. I actually don't think we've ever had a story from Colorado. Maybe we have. I don't know. I think I might have short-term memory loss. Like not in a funny way, like in a I can't remember things that happened very recently type of way. Who knows? I have a story that I think is absolutely perfect for classroom horror stories. I've been an elementary school teacher for 15 years now, working specifically with 5th grade. One thing I like to do every single year is assign to students different jobs around the room. This gives students a sense of belonging in the classroom and teaches them a little bit of responsibility. I agree. That's great. I love it. I never got a job when I was in school because I was what you call an asshole. You can just guess what I said there. Students would get various jobs like whiteboard eraser, line leader, and I even had one job where students could take out the trash. Here's the thing about the trash job. Our school is located at the base of the mountains in Colorado. Cool, sick. Because of this, we have an absolutely significant population of animals in our area. How about no? Because of this, when the school takes out the trash from the rooms, we have to put it into safely locked bins. I've seen that before. I have hiked in Colorado. It's legit. You really do have to do that. Because of this factor, the student who takes out the trash has to get this job after proving that they can be responsible enough to do it. I had a student named Thomas. Thomas was incredibly disruptive in class, and we had him on as many disciplinary plans as we could to try to help him out. At one point in the year, I thought of the idea of telling Thomas that if he could clean up his behavior, that I would give him the job of garbage man in the classroom. What an honor. Because he knew that this job was relatively important to the kids around him, he was very excited, and I have to give him credit, he did fix his behavior, or so we thought. Great. Thomas was the garbage man for 3 months. So at the end of each school day, Thomas would be allowed to walk the trash across the recess yard, exit the school, and go 2 minutes off campus to where the safety bin was. It turns out that Thomas was never actually putting the trash into the safety box. He was literally throwing trash into the woods behind the school. Jesus Christ, Thomas. The reason we found out is because one day, during the middle of the school day, the school became completely surrounded by an entire family of grizzly bears. Have you ever seen a grizzly bear? Do you know how enormous one grizzly bear is? You know how dangerous a singular grizzly bear is? I am not joking. No less than 30 full-sized grizzly bears. Oh, so freaked out I just hit puberty again. Squeaking. There were also many baby bears, and mama bears always get the most protective around their cubs. Because of this, the school was forced to lock down for 9 hours because these grizzly bears kept trying to open the doors and get through the windows after they had found the trash from our room. One grizzly bear actually smacked the glass of a classroom and it cracked. I would have shit my pants. My soul would have left my body. I would have gone immediately into hysteria, every man for themselves, running. You would never see me run faster. The bear never decided to get fully through the window, but it scared the life out of the entire class. I would have died on the spot, just dead. I hope you had fun reading this, you furry orange meatball. Oh my God. I mean, this could only happen in a very woodsy environment, but like 30 full-grown grizzly bears? Hell no. Hell no. Absolutely not. God no. Ugh.
A-part tip redact.
What?
A-part tip redact. Scavern. What are you talking? Robert did Scavern.
All right, so this was an experience. I'm glad we got to go through it together, I think. You guys could be anywhere, but you're here, and that's pretty cool. I really appreciate you all for that. I will never understand why you guys like this series, but you keep coming back for more. Each video does better than the one before it. That's crazy. Oh my God. This was traumatic. This was very traumatic. Regardless, as long as you guys keep telling me you want episodes, I'm gonna keep making them. I don't care how horrible they are. I don't care how much time it will probably take off of my life. I'm gonna keep doing this just for you guys. So if you want your story featured in Classroom Horror Stories, put it in the comments of this YouTube video, and I'm gonna get to as many as I goddamn can. I'm gonna start trying to like filter in ones from past episodes too, because I want all of your stories to be on here. So please write your stories in the comments. Oh God. And yeah, maybe I'll see you for episode 37. 37, which is half as old as people think I am. 4? Yeah, I can do math. You don't know me. I can't do math. As always, I want to shout out a subscriber who's just been a die-hard, 10 toes down follower. So everybody go say hi to this person. This person's awesome. I love this person. Yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.